Picks up about 4 yards in the carry.
37-yard line.
Great fake in the inside. I said, besides me watching the fake ball carrier go, about 4 defenders did too.
Tim Laba, of course, took over as quarterback here. During the 4th game last season, they were playing Crown Point. Took his lumps. I think he got sacked about 11 or 12 times in that game. But since then, he's been the Hobart quarterback.
Up to the Panther 37-yard line. Hobart sits at 2nd and 7.
From the 37-yard line.
Lava set the signals. Two running backs behind him. Gets inside misdirection, man. It's cut off in the outside corner.
Luke Abbott to the outside, down to the
Gonna check across for a couple yards. Luke Abbott picks up. Nice job picking that offensive play up there. We saw Sean Metzger for the Panthers out on the outside. Put a stop to it.
And I'll tell you also, number 89 for Griffith, Chris Russo, did a nice job of sort of stringing that out just enough to get Metzger to come up. Metzger, of course, he's the starting running back for the Panthers, one of the quickest guys on the team.
3rd down, about 5 to go. The defense did just what they had to do that time. The defensive ends strung the play out and let the backs come pick them up. Lava pressure in the backfield. Chase out of the pocket, passes. It's caught.
Lava's pass is caught.
Looks like 1st down yards. Heavy pressure in the backfield. That time for Griffith breaking through the line. We had 65, Brandon Powell, number 71, Craig Cavera.
Down for the Brickies.
Chase Lava out of that pocket.
Well, I'll tell you, that is quite some composure there by Tim Laba. There you see Luke Abbott running his route. He sees his quarterback's in trouble, and he comes back to the football. That's exactly what you need to do. Make sure the catch, and then you're going to see him. He actually runs into the kicking net here. But, of course, lucky he hit the net part and not the steal, so he's okay. Great play there, though.
Up to the Panthers' 28-yard line. 2nd man across. Bradeville breaks outside. Gets across a couple of blockers, keeps the legs turning.
Bradeville ducks back to the inside.
They'll pick up about 3 to 4.
Metzger on the tackle, inside the 25, down near the 24-yard line.
And I'll tell you, going back to that previous play, you get a quarterback back there who might be a little green, Joe. You're going to lose yardage there, or you might throw one up for grabs. Laba did not do that. He scrambled, found his receiver, and got the job done. There's Cradaville. There we go. Did I call him Tocqueville last week? I think he made a couple plays.
A couple things
Who knows
last week.
Cradaville.
We're sorry, Aaron. We got you this week. Doing a great job so far with all the yards.
Josh Clark up the middle.
Dive up the middle.
22-yard line.
Some bulldog play in the middle by Josh Clark, the fullback, junior, 6'2", 200 pounds.
Hobart only has 4 home games this year. Griffith, of course, tonight, then Crown Point, September 10th, September 24th, Michigan City, and then they'll close it off October 8th against Maryville. 5 games, of course, on the road.
Hobart sets up 3rd and 4 at the Panther 21. Clark picks a handoff. Tries to go left side, wrapped, stacked, and dropped. Saw a whole host of Panthers there, but one man in particular. Of course, that'll be your quarterback, yes, Tyler Radke, number 10. The junior made the wrap and the drop on him.
The ball on the Griffith 19-yard line.
Now here's where Coach Boston's going to have to make a decision now whether or not they want to go for the field goal or try to punch it in.
And you hear the crowd chanting their way in. They want them to go for it. And they line it up. 4th down, looking at 2 to go, a long one. Handoff. Bradeville breaks the line.
Bradeville dives.
He made the dive, left his feet off the ground. I'm not sure how far he had to actually go. That's going to look close.
It's going to depend on the spot, and the Griffith is sort of jumping up and down.
Stacked up, going to be short of the 18-yard line. Griffith takes over.
Bradeville comes up short. Panthers take over possession. Back at this time out in your primetime game of the week. Well, as we were in time on our commercial break, but instead of jumping the front line as Radke tried to change the play up, and it's going to cost him some yards.
I'll tell you, Hobart can take a lot of positives from that, although some of the momentum you think has to go over to that Griffith defense. They bent but didn't break when it counted. Especially after giving up 52 points last week. That's nice to see.
Looks like a loose ball at the snap. Hobart picks it up. The snap didn't look like it ever made Radke's hands, and coming up the bottom of that pile, Shaking the fist saying ball is mine is Mike Schweigart, number 54.
Yeah, I think you were right, Joe. There wasn't even look like he had possession of that one. Another big break for Hobart here, who can really punch it in. Now you want to come away with some points here if you're the Brickies.
1st and 10 at the Panther 14-yard line. Just over the 14-yard line. You're going to almost 13.5s again. Now this is the opportunity Hobart cannot pass up on. Working the ball down deep was great. Didn't get it, that's one thing. Here they have to get a touchdown. Pass the corner. Caught, nope, out of the end zone. And receivers coming up holding the elbow. Got on the running track, hit the fence. The big thing there, once you step on that hard turf or hard ground, your cleats are going to slide off from under you like ice skates.
Looks like he's okay. He's getting, that's Benny Otero on the catch. That was a great looking play. Unfortunately, not much room.
Well, one more step of end zone, that's a touchdown.
Nice to see Hobart throwing that ball on 1st down, too, especially after they've had so much success with the run. And there you see Otero coming back. He's okay.
Come back, slapping 5 in his way. He has to leave the game for one play if there's a injury timeout called for you. So he whacked his arm on the ground as he comes up holding his elbow, just shaking off the funny bone.
I know injuries are part of the game, but you hate to see a player getting injured running into a fence. You know, out of the end zone. Come on.
I think maybe the asphalt did more damage right there. Lamba rolls out looking to pass right side. On the roll, makes the pass through the hands of the intended receiver. Number 32, Josh Clark. Hobart gone to the air and come over to this first series.
That was a very nice looking play for the Brickies. They did a nice job of getting their back one-on-one with the Griffith defender. Josh Clark working on Justin Falk here. Laba, of course, rolling right. He has his man, but just leads him a bit too much. But that was an open play there. Anytime you can get your backs one-on-one with somebody on the defense, that puts a lot of pressure on the defense to make the open field tackle. Hobart feels like their strength this year is their skilled people. So that's a nice looking play.
Clock down in just over 6 minutes here in the first quarter, no score. Bricks trying to pound the door the first time here. Up over the timing pattern in the corner once again, beyond the reach of the receiver. So 3 passing plays. That one to Luke Abbott.
Incomplete. Give that coverage to
changes up the whole plan and
going to
comes
bring
over
up
for 3
4th down
passing.
for the Brickies.
Well, I told you they were going to pass tonight, John. I didn't think they would pass 3 consecutive times, though, that close to the goal. But, again, if you're Hobart right now, you want to come away with this with some type of points.
That's a big thing, especially after getting the fumble recovery that deep in the territory.
Oh, yeah.
And now here you have it. Andrew Badasanos, your sophomore kicker.
To attempt a 30-yard field goal.
Put up on the 20-yard line. It'll be a 30-yard attempt. Right in the middle of the field, so that's nice.
Snap, and Luke Abbott on
Maybe
the
a
hold.
touch to the left side. Looks like maybe a yard or 2 off the left side, which is a pretty good position, especially for the soccer-style kicker on that side. The kick's up. Looks like he splits them from here. That goes. 3 points, Brickies. Hobart takes a 3-point lead with 5:45 left to play in the first quarter. Back at this time out on your here on your primetime game of the weekend. Petta and Chris see some great action so far from Hobart's offense, something we didn't see last week in the first half. They came out firing. The Panthers, on the other hand, have got the gremlin from bad luck right there. As they had a penalty on their first play, illegal procedure play, as somebody jumped, and then the second play from scrimmage, it was a fumbled snap from the center to Radke, recovered by Hobart at the Panther 14. So at this point, the Panthers haven't had a chance to get their offense going.
And I guess if you are a Griffith fan, you have to look at it as this could be a lot worse. They could be down 14-0 right now.
That's a good point. Hobart could have put the first series in, then got that
Crawford
mistake.
and Metzger for the Panthers.
As it stands right now, a 3-0 lead for Hobart. Panthers bring it back
Crawford
on
on the
offense.
return.
The pickup and at the 15-yard line, smacked over the 20.
Hit and
Ripped,
down
spun,
just
and
outside
brought
the
down.
20-yard line.
Nick Crawford returning back. The senior man got the letter last year for the
Taylor
Panthers.
and Sons on the tackle. Griffith takes over the ball at
And of course,
the
you mentioned Griffith
22-yard
this year.
line. First down.
Always the success with the wishbone, but they did add the passing game a little more to their attack. They didn't get the opportunity to use it last week against Elkhart Central, but you might look for them to put it up in the air a little bit more tonight.
You watch Crawford's return right there. They're looking for the hole in the middle as a middle return. He caught the ball on the sideline and went right to the middle, trying to find that setup offense. Hand off in the
Newell
middle.
on the carry up
First
the
man
middle,
through.
out
Nice
across
job with the
the
carry.
30-yard line.
That'll be Justin Newell, who will be
Dennis
your
Schaffner on the
working
tackle.
fullback tonight.
Justin Newell, 5'11", goes
Mark it
about
at the
200
31-yard
pounds.
line.
He's their
Second
one
down
returning
and 2.
starter in the backfield along with Tyler Radke.
2nd and 2. At the Panther 31-yard line. Hampton Newell picks up 8. Hobart shifting their defense around, showing the 3-man front. Radke keeps it around the corner, gets the 4-yard pickup.
Out across the 35.
Tyler Radke, of course, comes from a long line of
Weber on the
Radke
tackle, marks the
quarterbacks.
ball at the
And
36-yard
we say
line.
that he
First
grew a little
down.
bit this year, put on some weight, got a little stronger and quicker. But I'll tell you, that 1 year of experience makes a heck of a lot of difference, especially when you're running the wishbone offense.
Full wishbone sub behind Radke here, trying to quick calls from the line. 1st and 10. Radke keeps on the second effort. Finds a hole, gets the seam across the 50, across the 40, the foot race to the 30. Otero catches up, swings him down the 21-yard line.
20-yard line.
Radke made the big break. You saw in the wishbone formation, the fake hand up the first man, rolled the corner with 1 man in reserve. And the defense didn't pick up where the ball was in time, and Radke found the seam and went for it.
I'll tell you, that's one thing that Griffith does have. They have the big play potential because they have speed. And on that play, you saw, I believe it was Luke Abbott. He was stuck out there, and he had to pick between Radke or the back.
Newell in the middle once again.
Newell on the carry up the middle, inside the 20, down near the 16-yard line.
You talk about a guy who's gotten maybe
Schaffner
stronger and bigger, Justin Newell. Boy, talk about a north-south runner.
Line.
You are definitely going to have to wrap this kid, hit him low to bring him down.
Pick up of about 5 on the play. 2nd down and 5.
Once again, right side. Hand off first man
Newell
across.
again on
Newell
the carry
takes the
down
hit
near
at
the
the line.
15-yard line.
They'll grind a couple out of that one.
Griffith
Lucas
only
and
3
Flick on the
offensive
hit. Mark the
starters
ball just
returning
inside the 15.
and 2
Brings up 3rd down
starters coming
and
back
about
on defense.
3
Radke
yards
did
to
say
go.
this is not a rebuilding year. He was very quick to note that. He said it's just going to take some time for these guys to gel.
Just inside the 15-yard line, Radke sets up his offense. Getting the line quickly, calling the plays from the wishbone formation up front. Looks at Newell, keeps himself. Turns
Radke
inside,
on the
looks like he
keeper
has
down
enough
near
for
the
the first
10-yard
down.
line. Rick
But
Rayner
I'll
on
tell
the
you,
tackle.
it's like night and day
Mark
from
it at
last
the
year
10,
when we
first
televised
down.
one of Griffith's first game with Tyler Radke at quarterback. He was a sophomore then. Now you see him really running that almost to perfection. He faked the handoff to Newell. Once he saw the linebackers come and clamp down on Newell, he kept it himself and used Newell as a blocker.
1st and goal at the Hobart 10-yard line. Hobart switches things up. Radke will audible the play at the line. Off left side, Radke keeps it, finds the seam, breaks across
Radke
the 5.
on the keeper down near the 2-yard line. Rayner on that initial hit.
There's Howell watching as Griffith puts together a nice offensive drive. That last possession, that last play,
Brings up a 2nd
saw
and
that
goal.
everybody go to the fake. Everybody pinched in on the runner going up the middle, and that's because Justin Newell's picking up a lot of yardage up there. They have to respect that.
Very tough to defend against a wishbone offense. You have to really set some discipline and follow the assignments to the T.
Newell backed up by the middle of that Bricky defense.
Newell pounds in the middle. We have one Panther player saying it's a touchdown. He moved out with a foot off the line.
The ball down near the 1-foot line brings up
I'll tell
3rd
you,
down and goal
watching
from
Griffith
about
right
1
now, you
foot
wouldn't
out.
think this team lost 52-14 last week, especially the way their offense has been playing.
3rd down, goal to go from 1 foot out. Bricky defense tightened up on the front line. Handoff, fake to Newell, run across by Radke.
As we were just talking about, Joe, Tyler Radke using his fullback as a blocker. And you know when you can't pick up a yard, you're in trouble. But Griffith, nice answer. And again, I mentioned, I think that a lot of the fans felt they were very fortunate only to be down 3 points after Hobart's 2 offensive possessions. A nice job of marching down the field and running that wishbone offense. They look very good right now.
Very smooth formation at wishbone offense. Mark Amos out to do the kicking duties for the Panthers. Sets down, kick goes up. Splits them, makes it 7-3. Panthers with the lead.
Interesting also, Joe, Griffith is down to, I think, 48 kids this year. They were 8 students away from dropping down to Class 3A, which is very scary. Now we got Griffith and Andrean in Class 3A. We're going to have 2 powerhouses out here, but they were 8 kids short of that. They're still in 4A this year, but just barely. That's
the type of form that Hobart's been playing for a long time, and I believe now they're more solid in that 4A ranking. But a long time ago, it's the same form Hobart was in. Barely staying in their class and doing very well the whole time. See the Panthers coming back from the Dome a couple times here in the last couple of years, last few seasons.
Of course, remember what, two years ago they went and won that state championship. I believe that was Shane Radke, I want to say. He was the quarterback then.
I believe so.
It was Shane, and the other one's what, Bo Radke, I want to say?
Bo, Shane, and Tyler.
A lot of people thought that Russ Radke would be leaving Griffith after this season. You know, there's always talk, of course, with all the coaching changes.
This year, 58 changes across the state. There's a lot of talk this year.
And 11 in the region just alone, but of course he decided to stay put. I'm sure his son Tyler being there was one of the options. One of the reasons why he decided to stay.
Especially for himself, you see when a player brings a program up to the level he's brought it to, it's got to be hard to leave, even though whatever type of offer you may get somewhere else, or especially if you have community ties and everything, it's very hard to leave at that point. So a lot of things to consider, not just job offers and teaching offers.
And it does help to have a winning program over at Griffith.
It's a winning program he's brought. That's, of course, Les Thornton had an excellent program the whole time against with the Panthers, but when Radke came in and took it one extra step higher.
Kyle Alexander into
took the win
for the Panthers
at
for
state
the Brickies,
and continued the winning
Abbott,
tradition with the wishbone. That's another thing as well, because I always want to see the wishbone offense, as he's infamous for running now. Kickoff sails down about the 15-yard line. Otero brings it across the 25 to about the 27-yard
Otero
line.
on the return, knocked out of bounds near the 28-yard line. Rousseau on that stop.
Well, Hobart, of course, looked very good offensively, especially its first possession. They really kept the ball on the ground and picked up some nice yardage. There's going to look Benny Otero. Of course, he ran into the fence a couple plays ago, but he looks like he's all right. Takes off down the right side. Has it cooled down yet a little bit, Joe? I don't think so.
Maybe
it's just gotten
a
darker.
little bit.
It's just gotten darker.
That might have done it.
That's all right.
Hobart sets up 1st and 10, their own 28-yard line. Lob of the handoff inside. And brought down the backfield. Defensively shooting through the gaps, Justin Falk.
In the backfield.
The senior gets through and puts a stop on Luke Abbott.
Lost of about 3
Justin
yards.
Falk's first game. Last week he had to miss. He had some family engagements. But I'll tell you, that was just a nice job of reading where that football is going. Especially if you're a linebacker, you play against a team like Hobart, you get all caught up in all those fakes, you're going to be in trouble.
Lava rolls out looking for the pass. Man open under the coverage.
Lava's pass is caught by Josh Clark out near the 30-yard line. Radke on the tackle.
We saw that play.
Pick up of about 5 on the play. Brings up 3rd down and 8.
This time they ran to the left side, but Tyler Radke right there to make a nice open field tackle.
Over now to the 30-yard line. 3rd down, 8 to go. The cheers going on both sides. They want to see the offense get rolling once again. They set up a nice series in the first possession and work the ball down. Trying to switch things up now in the last couple possessions. Need a good 13-play drive.
At the end of the first quarter,
As the first quarter comes to a close, just scored 7-3. Panthers lead the Brickies. Back in this timeout on your primetime game of the week. The Bricks trying to get the offense rolling on their second or third possession, actually. As they came away with the turnover trying for a fourth down play. Then got the field goal after trying to pass in the end zone 3 times. Now they sit 3rd down and 8 on their own 30-yard line after the kickoff from Griffith's touchdown run.
Very crucial for them to pick up this first down, Joe, and keep it away from that Griffith offense. They look scary. First series, they look too smooth.
Now Wishbone, with the Wishbone offense, your defense has to take assignments of players, and you have to hit your assigned player every time. If you let an assigned player go, that's man will get the ball in the option. Lava pressured heavy, brought down in the backfield. It's a sack by a host
back near the 26-yard line.
You got 21, which is Jason Alexander. We have 65, which is
that
Brandon
sack to
Powell. We have
Powell
71,
and
which is
Cavera.
Craig Cavera, and there's one more I was missing out of that.
26-yard line.
At it, Joe. Of course,
Fourth down
knows
and
Hobart's going
12.
to put this ball into the air, so they're going to send some people. They're very confident in their defensive backs. That's one of their strengths. They are not scared to cover Hobart's backs one-on-one. That's what they did. They sent some people, and they took a gamble and paid off right there.
In to punt for the Brickies.
So Laba takes a sack for about 5 yards. Very quick to get in.
And again, with Griffith sending some people to play, just took a little too long to develop. Surprised we haven't seen Hobart use that 2-3 step drop and let it go like they did last week against André. They had a lot of success with that. We might see that later on.
The punt sets up a bullet shot. The line drive shot in about the 27-yard line. Returned by Crawford. Tries to find the hole on the left side. Brought down shy of the 40-yard line.
Crawford out near the 39-yard line.
On the takedown is Lars Carlson and Dennis Schaffner for Hobart.
Just short of the 39. First down for the Panthers.
Now the Panther offense comes back on the field, and Hobart D has to make a show and come out here and put a stop to it. First and 10 Panthers at their own 39-yard line. Radke sets a call. No Wishbone behind him this time. Hand off to the moving man. Cuts across a big game.
Crawford on the carry.
Once again, Crawford, the man in motion, picked it up off the motion.
And again, we mentioned the speed that Griffith has this year. Russ Radke, of course, is the track coach. He's got a lot of kids out for his football team. And in that play, you just want to take advantage of your back speed. Nick Crawford, of course, happens to be one of the quickest guys.
The Panthers notice the Hobart defense setting up every play, trying to switch things up. So that time, they're trying the quick calls back and forth. That time they caught them. Not set. They tried to adjust. When they adjusted, Griffith ran the play.
And again, when you need a yard or 2 yards, all you need is a first step, especially from the offensive line. Griffith, of course, very quick with the plays tonight.
Radke sets the full T back behind him. Three backs in a straight line. And off left side, Newell.
Newell on the carry down near the 45-yard line. Lucas on the tackle.
Justin Newell, of course, one of the leaders this year. And I'll tell you that
Pick
really
up
makes
about 4 on the play.
that wishbone
Second
work
down
when you
and
have a
long
fullback
6.
who can pick up 5-7 yards a pop.
So your fullback's usually your workhorse man if you have a really good backfield core. He'll be the one you give the ball to. Let him just pound it in the middle. Once again, the sweeper on the outside. Crawford gets inside the defense. Spun, brought down. He will pick up about 3 yards.
Crawford on the carry down near the 43-yard line.
The coverage. They got out there. They swarmed him.
Cradaville on the tackle.
Trying to get outside the coverage. What the coverage
going to bring up a
of
3rd down.
You saw one of the Griffith
long
backs trying
3
to
yards.
pinch in on
The
the
ball
Hobart
just
defensive end.
shy
Benny
of the
Otero
Hobart
came up from his
42-yard line.
defensive back position and was able to string that play out.
Hobart fans cheering their team on right now. 3rd down, long 3 to go. Had to put a stop to him right here. Man in motion to the left side, trying to wrap it up. Offense grabs the ball.
Radke brought down in the
Looks
backfield.
like Radke kept possession.
A host
But that time I believe it'll be 57 or 63 for Hobart.
The ball's going to be spotted back near the 44-yard line.
57. Somebody grabbed the ball while Radke's in the midst of trying to fake it back and
Going to
forth.
bring up 4th down for the
defensive
Panthers.
penetration there
About
by that
6 yards
Hobart
to
D-line.
go.
Griffith has been able to pick up 3 yards a pop so far tonight, with the exception of that play. And I think it does help when you're here at the Brickie Bowl. You're getting a little cheer from some of the crowd, and Don Howell's on hand, and the 89 team's here. I mean, it all helps.
Trying to get the team going, trying to get the new breed of the Hobart players going here. Luke Abbott
Ball
back to
gets
return on the
punt
far
formation.
side, on the near side. This one's going to Abbott. Otero to block.
Luke Abbott
Picked up
on
at
the
the 16.
return.
Abbott breaks across the 20, stays
Down
at
the sidelines,
25.
out across the
Knocked down out of bounds.
25-yard
Hobart
line.
takes possession with 8:19 left to play here in the first half.
I'll tell you, one of those Hobart players put a block, and I believe it was Griffith's number 67.
on the
I want
final
to say it was
stop.
57
Mark it at
for
the
Hobart.
25-yard line, 1st down and 10.
Bob Lucas. You just saw one of the Panthers come flying out of the pile.
Hobart now 1st and 10, their own 25-yard line. And right there, the defense did what they had to do. They put a stop to the Panthers' offensive charge. That first series where the Panthers were able to put together, what, a dozen or so plays and march it down the field, that's demoralizing a defensive squad. If you can come out after that series and stop it like you did this one, that's what the defensive squad needed to help them. Up the middle, keeps the legs churning and turning. Nice job. That's textbook running that time by Matt Cortez.
Across the 30, out near the 33-yard line.
I'll tell you, one of the Griffith players
Pick
just
up
got a
about
hold
8
of
on the play.
Cortez's
2nd down.
jersey. There you see it. Again, the fake to the right side, the give to the left. Cortez finds a nice hole, and there's the grab of the jersey. Number 44 was just able to slow him down, or else he might have broke that for another 5 yards. Chris Spiegel that time for Griffith was able to get a hand on it.
Hobart fans getting their crowd, getting their guys going on the field. Hand off once again. Cortez breaks the first down yards and pops for a couple more. Cortez comes in, a name we didn't see much of last week, a senior, 5'8", 145.
Give that tackle to Alexander.
Putting the hit on the last couple plays.
Give that first down to the Brickies at
Nice
the
when you've got 3 or
39-yard
4
line.
backs, as Griffith does, to run the offense. You can't focus on one guy. Nice block on that previous play by number 32, Josh Clark, out of the backfield also, and a pretty decent job offensively right side of that line. Again, we mentioned, coming into this season, one of the big question marks for Hobart was the line, offense and defense. So nice to see them hanging with Griffith tonight. I shouldn't say hanging, playing with them.
They're both trading hits back and forth. Cortez once again near side.
On the carry out
Good grind up the tackle spot, brought down once again by Spiegel.
Spiegel and Metzger on the tackle.
But I'll tell you, we saw
pick up of about 4 yards
Aaron Cradaville on one of the series. We saw some Josh Clark, and now we're seeing a lot of Cortez.
So we're giving each guy a series to play with, basically, to get wound up and get mixed in there. So from the coaching standpoint, it's nice to have a few different guys to go to, and if you can get a series for each one, and let them know you're my man for this series, so be ready for the next 4 plays. The pass to Carlson, the flag will fly. Defensively, the man trying to reach over his back, stepped on his foot, I believe, as they went for the ball. It was Sean Metzger playing very tight man-to-man. Nice job, but just they tangled their feet up, it looked like, and took them down as they went for the pass.
I'll tell you, unfortunate, because that ball pretty much was uncatchable from this angle. It looked like it to me, Joe, unless Carlson's got some diving ability. But I think
they tangled up actually twice. Once he turned the corner, and then once we saw him go down. So I think if they wouldn't have tangled up both times, I think Carlson might have had that on a clean break to the corner. So really, I think the penalty is a saving grace for the Panthers.
Moves the ball into Griffith territory.
Well, that's going to move it into Griffith territory now.
42-yard line, first down.
Nice to see both of these clubs coming out hitting pretty crisp, and the offense is pretty much in sync, coming off of losses last week.
First and 10, Hobart. Cortez makes a spin, keeps his feet, gets it 10 yards, and a couple more.
40-yard line.
Cortez made the highlight reel with that move right there.
Matt Cortez, the 5'8", 145-pound senior.
Just inside.
I'll tell you, this is the place where really you find out what people can do. Sometimes you don't know at practice. Some players take it to another level in the game. And right now, Cortez looking very impressive.
Moves the bricks inside the Panther 30-yard line. 6:19 as the clock rolls down here in the second quarter. Hobart trails by 4 in the 7-3 score.
First down.
Courtesy of a 30-yard field goal. To Hobart on the board first of all. The Panthers then ground it down the field and get the touchdown. The quickness direction hit in the middle.
Carry up the middle inside the 25 down near the 24-yard line.
Carrying the ball that time, number 32, Josh Clark.
About 5 on the play. Second down and 5.
Moving to Griffith's inside 25-yard line, about 24.
Now, last time Hobart was in this situation, they put the ball up 3 times. Let's see what Coach Boston has in store this series.
The thing was, the 3 passes they tried should have worked. Flags fly. I didn't see if anybody moved on the Hobart side. I know the whole Panther defensive line moved. Usually indicates a lineman on the offense moves. Wait for the call. Defense encroached. I think that should be enough for the first down.
Encroachment on the Panthers.
Yes, it will be.
5-yard penalty.
Looks like it should be. And
first down.
First down. Hobart first and 10, a second time off a Panther penalty. Hand off once again. That time the big stop. You saw the big man put the wrap from behind. Chris Rousseau, the junior, 6'1", 187.
Give the tackle to Rousseau. Mark it near the 7.
I'll tell you, that's one of the things you have to do when you're tackling a back like Cortez. You saw the spin move he put on one of the other guys. When you hit him, you have got to wrap.
Cortez will pick up about 2 on that carry. Inside the Panthers 17-yard line, clock down to 4:51. Hobart getting the grind out of this offensive series, really what they wanted to do. Laba rolls out, pressure in the backfield, has to run for it, has a block in the open field, turns up, hit inside the 10-yard line, will be taken down to the 5.
Inside the 10, down near the 6-yard line.
Laba saves the sack.
Several Griffith players on that tackle.
It takes the Griffith squad to bring him down.
Here's a look at it. Laba's actually looking for one of his receivers, Lars Carlson. Carlson knows once he tucks it away that he's running, and Carlson turns from a receiver into a blocker, and that's what sprung Laba for that first down right there.
Crawford, nice job with the initial hit to put a stop to the offensive charge. At the Griffith 5-yard line, Hobart first and goal. Laba sets up the offense, 2 running backs in the backfield. Handoff quick through.
Nice move.
Inside into the end zone for the touchdown.
Okay, I'll admit it. Who carried the ball in?
Cortez.
I was watching, as I think the defense was, I watched Clark.
Nope, number 46. That was Matt Cortez. You should see the move that he put on one of the men. Watch this, Joe.
I'll admit that 100%. Here we go.
46. Watch the move. Right there.
The cutback. Nice
job. Cutback.
I watched Clark for the first hole. That's a nice job covering. We've seen it year in, year out. The Hobart offense able to cover that ball with the misdirection. Nice job on the hold set up that time.
On the hold and turf on the snap.
As they executed the blocking and the move inside. Adostanos to put the extra point up. Pops it. Will split it and makes the score 10-7. 4:17 left to play here in the second quarter. Back at this time out in your prime time game. You saw Hobart 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-play drive that covered 75 yards to get the touchdown on the final run by Cortez into the end zone.
And I'll tell you, that's only fair because Cortez was one of the reasons why they got down here. They ran him and ran him. He picked up the yardage, and I'll tell you, I'm very impressed with his move so far tonight. He is one of the quickest backs I've seen in a while.
So that last series, as I said openly, as I missed the whole play because I was watching the first man to the line, which is Josh Clark, as I guess half the defense did as well because that misdirection offense, you punch a man through, look like he has the ball, and meanwhile Cortez, as we saw on the replay, put the stop move on the outside, got a nice block in the corner, and just followed the hole into the end zone.
So far, a seesaw battle here tonight. Hobart took a 3-0 lead.
Crawford
Griffith answered with a touchdown, made it 7-3 Griffith. And now the Brickies answer again, 10-7, Hobart advantage.
This is nice, a football score, 10-7. We're not seeing any of those unusual things popping up there.
Not at the Bricky ball.
Ball boomed down to the 10-yard line, picked up, brought in the middle. This here in a pack of jerseys, brought down about the 26-yard line.
on the return up the middle, out across the 25-yard line.
Nick Panovic doing the kickoff duties
Taylor
for
on that tackle.
Hobart, the senior kicker.
Now the thing for Hobart here is you don't want Griffith to get this back in one play, 2 plays. They do have that big play potential. You want to make them earn something, take some time off this clock. 4:10 to go till half, 3-point lead. You want to make them work for it.
So if anything, they want to do what they did last series and make sure they put a stop to this Panther offense. The wishbone offense and the misdirection that the Panthers use is prone to mistakes with the ball popping loose.
Flags on the play.
Flags before the snap, either an encroachment, but usually it became from the referee spot behind the offense. It was movement. Procedural call against the Panthers.
On the Panthers. Going to move the ball back 5 yards.
And again, keep in mind, Joe, only 3 starters back from Griffith from a year ago. The wishbone offense is deadly, but it takes some time to get into sync.
We've seen them too tonight. They've gone with the last series other than use the wishbone at all. They went with the straight T formation in the backfield. They went to the wing back. They went to the open backfield, quarterback alone with everybody in the slots. They're using a lot of different setups on the offensive series. 1st and 15 for the Panthers. Radke takes charge of the offense. Hobart makes her shift. Miscommunication in the backfield. Radke takes a hit but follows the blocking ball forward.
The keeper pulls his way out near
pick up about 9 yards in that
28-yard line.
At that time, Tyler Radke and Newell sort of hit pads and sort of messed up the fake there. But
29-yard line.
Good job by Radke just tucking it and getting what he could get there.
Second down and 7.
Second down and 7 now.
Panthers moving forward. Clock rolls down to 3:45. Hobart tries to shift the defense. Caught during the shift again.
Metzger on the carry out across the 30 up near the 35-yard line.
5 bricks on the tackle that time as the Panthers make the run in the middle. Once again, run the ball for the Panthers, Sean Metzger.
Suns on the bottom of that pile.
Mark the ball, put the ball in the air
right
a little more, but
35-yard line. 3rd down.
So far, they've been having some success keeping on the ground, and I guess that's what you have to do. You've got to be able to run the football to win games, especially at this level. Oh, good stop.
Stop the 1st down. This will bring a 4th down situation for the Panthers.
The 35. Going to mark the ball just shy.
Great looking job there. John Cordova that time coming from the blind side.
That means
that he didn't put on that play and kept pursuing Tyler Radke.
Also saw Grainer getting around the bottom of that play. Panthers going for it, 4th down and 1 to go. Hobart stacking up tight in the line. Radke knows he can follow his front line. It's been a regular run play for him in the middle. So they meet at the line. Radke the hand off the backfield, brought down. A negative run will bring Hobart with the ball once again.
Behind the line of scrimmage.
A bit of a slip up, a great job penetrating up front. We've had a couple bricks coming outside, slapping high. Bob Lucas, one of them. Jake, you win another one.
Bob Lucas was the one that put the hit on. There it is, Metzger, and that is not even close. I'll tell you, Hobart here with a chance to get a bunch of momentum heading into the break here.
And this is what you see. You hear the Hobart crowd getting going. You see the guys getting playing in a frenzy on the field. But then get this going here and get a 3rd score in. This is what really makes or breaks a team. Lob, a long pass, end zone. Lars Carlson off his chest protector on the ground.
Loba's pass intended
I'll tell you, that was in out of the hands of Benny Otero there.
47, not 87, about a foot difference. He was on the run. He had to reach back for it, and he couldn't get the hand on it. Hit him in the chest protector, and that bounced right out of there.
Well, I'll tell you, that was a great call by Coach Boston right there to put it up and go for it. Right after you stop Griffith on 4th and 1, you stuff him, and you go to the post pad and try to punch it in there.
To try to score big and make the hit bleed a bit
Cortez
that way.
On the carry, hit near the line.
I'll tell you, Hobart came close even earlier with Benny Otero. The one where they put it up to the side and he ran into the fence and on the track there. That was what, about a foot short of being a touchdown, and this one in and out of the hands.
Brings up 3rd down and a long 9 for the Brickies.
Because that play especially just said they want to come out and score. If you can take the ball away like that and to come out and just punch it in for a score right away, that is just a huge shot to the psyche of your opponents that way. 3rd down, just a step inside of 10 yards to go. Laba sets the signals, has to hurry up. 3 seconds on the play clock, gets going. Lets the ball fly across the middle, it's caught. Dropped through off the ground.
Laba's pass is incomplete.
Well, the crowd doesn't like that one, but I do think he dropped that one, Joe. Luke Abbott that time.
Luke Abbott.
I think we're going to take a look at it right here.
Bring up a 4th down.
I think he might have bounced it off his hands, but it looked too much like the ground.
Laba, of course, looking over the middle, takes a pop as he throws it, and Luke Abbott, yes, he did drop it. Good call.
Over now on 4th down, going to take a timeout.
Well, unfortunately, Laba has put the ball there twice. His receivers just haven't been able to hang on. There you see Don Howell just saying, man, we're coming so close. He's still into it.
Now,
isn't he?
We talked before the game a bit with coach as we waited around, and of course he said he said he had reserve seats up here, want to stay away from the action, and sort of stay out of the way. And well, the game started. I noticed he was down by the end zone to start things off. He sort of wandered his way closer as things have moved on. So you see him down there a long time with announcer Stu Maddox.
Well, I was surprised he stayed away.
And I stayed on the sidelines, but I'll tell you the truth, I haven't seen him for 33 years, you know. But I want to tell you something. You're getting better looking the older you get. You know that?
I'm playing a lot of golf this summer. All those strokes, I've been losing some weight. Tell me, Coach, have you regretted your decision at all? Has it been hard to kind of stay away from the game this summer?
Well, I didn't go to the Andrean game. I went down to see my grandchildren in Indianapolis because I couldn't take it then. Our '89 team came back this year, so we're honoring them. So that's why I'm here tonight. Plus, I went down and talked to the team because they're in the same boat that '89 team was in. We played Wallace here that year, and they beat us 19-14, and we were young and not knowing where it was. Then we went over to Valpo, and at halftime we were behind 10-0, and then I had a little child abuse in the locker room, and we come out at halftime. But while we were in there yelling at them and stuff, we told them we can't let anybody out-hustle you or outwork you or out-coach you. We got to go out there at this half and establish ourselves. Well, we won 21-10, and then we went 13 straight games, 7 shutouts. So they could do the same thing if they want to do it. It's just a matter of attitude.
Was it nice to see those 89 guys out here tonight? You probably haven't seen some of those guys in quite a while, huh?
Yeah, they've gained a little weight, got a little balder. One of our players has 4 kids already. He has 2 sets of twins, so his name's Dan Barassis. I told them they ought to can that sperm if they can, you know, get the population going here at Hobart.
I agree with you. Coach, did you kind of stay away from the practices this year, or did you come by and maybe say a few things to the guys?
I stayed away purposely. I wanted to come by so bad, but, you know, it's Charlie's team and Steve Bellish and Craig Buford, Donnie Rogers. That's their team. So I didn't want to come down and have the kids looking around and see if I okay whatever's going on and that. I won't do that. Maybe next year after, if they need some help, I might come down and help them out a little bit. But it's a changing of the guard, and the kids got to know who's the boss. You know, you can't have more than one chief.
Well, I'll tell you, this is the first time you've got a chance to see these guys playing in a game. What do you think so far of the Hobart '99 team?
Well, I think that if they keep playing with that intensity and keep plugging away, they're going to be all right. You know yourself, Chris, from playing for Carmel. A lot of times you don't have the best team in the world up there, but the intensity's got to be there. Intensity can win a lot of football games. The mental attitude can do it. You can have a lot of intensity, you can have a lot of hard work and win. Like that little 46, he only weighs about 130 pounds, but I'll tell you something, he's got a bricky heart, and that's what it takes. His name is Matt Cortez, and he ran about 3 or 4 years on our T team, so he's used to getting hard knocks. So he got in there today, he ran like hell. It's beautiful to see.
Coach, last question I got to ask you. Are we ever going to see you back on the sidelines again coaching, or do you think this is it?
You never say never, you know.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know, Chris.
Good luck to you, Coach. Coach Don Howell. Back up to you, Joe.
Thanks a lot, Chris. Coach John Hull saying pure Hobart class on the sidelines, talking about what's going on this season. We're going to come back after a minute and talk about the stats and more of the first half. After you ladies, once again from the sideline, the Hobart cheerleaders greeting us in the third quarter. Second half about to get underway. Hobart the 10-7 lead. Chris, we've seen a good first half of football.
I'll tell you, a great first half of football, and it sort of went back and forth by both teams, especially for Hobart. Nice to see the Brickies coming out here and getting some momentum. Very close to scoring 2 more times, and they came away with just a field goal.
And then again, the Panthers, on their possessions, they had the one they fumbled the ball away in the first series. We saw what they could do in their second series. If they could have held the ball in the first series and done what we know they're able to do, it could middle. And both teams out here really executed. Both of them had a hard time in a couple positions, which is just normal. If you come out and have a bad series here, a bad series there. But both teams have pulled together. Both teams have put the effort out there. We've seen that extra effort going out there, and both teams have really come out here slugging away. This is a good football game.
I'll tell you, always nice to talk with Don Howell, of course, at halftime.
Oh, I love that guy.
You said it, Joe. You said he had a seat up here in the stands with his wife.
Yep.
He was down on the field, before the game even started, wasn't he?
He started off the game all the way in the corner, talking with a couple of fans, a couple of friends, and he moved a little closer, and by the end of that second quarter, he was right up behind, about the 40-yard line, just behind the edge of the bench. So he's getting up there, but, you know, it's after 33 years on the sideline, after being the heart and soul of the football program, you can't just walk away. That's impossible. And now just another standby of the Hobart football tradition. You see across the way, it's taking a whole half of football. We finally got a train.
That's right.
There's usually 3 or 4 by this point.
Yeah, I think we counted 4 last year, I want to say.
I think we're over that even.
Yeah.
But you get the Hobart fans out here going rabid, you get the trains going by, and you get the offense moving, the defense moving. It's what Hobart football is all about. And you heard Coach Howell give away part of his cloning secret there with Parasis. Trying to breed those extra players coming up there. So yeah, that's part of the program right there. And yes, he's even looking for the young recruits because they're honoring the '89 team tonight, which is the second team to win the state title. And a lot of guys off that team, as he said, come out here now adults. It's sort of different to see them because you talk about that tradition getting going. And now these guys on the sideline are trying to get their own tradition going and have a chance to talk to some of the '89 players and get things going themselves.
To start the second half for the Panthers.
We mentioned Hobart opened up with a 3-0 lead. Griffith tied a Tyler Radke touchdown run, made it 7-3. And then Matt Cortez, very impressive in that first half. Touchdown run for him, and that's where we stand right now. Hobart up 10-7.
And he just kicked down to the 15-yard line. He picked up, looking for the blocks in the middle once again. Tries to turn inside, brought down, return for the Panthers, stand again.
And the carry out across the 20-yard line.
Gets the ball up to about
Ryan
the 24-yard
Sons on the
line.
tackle, mark it out at the 24-yard line.
As we talked before, Chris, we had some fun moving some things around, and your turn for play-by-play, isn't it?
No problem.
Second half of football, take over.
We got to do something here to keep our interest, right?
No, we always have interest. But of course, you said always having fun football and doing everything every week, so we'll switch things up a bit ourselves.
All right, Panthers take over, 1st and 10. Ball on the 24, full house backfield. Here you see the switch from the Bricky D. The give to Justin Newell, finds a hole.
Newell on the carry out near the 30-yard line.
We saw Hobart, they've done a good job of shifting to compensate for the Panther defense, but you saw the Panther offense find that out, and they've tried a couple of quick snaps to catch Hobart and came really close.
Be second down, about 4 to go now for the Panthers. Always with that breakaway speed with Griffith, you have to be careful. Radke lines up. Griffith goes at most of the give again. Radke's going to keep it. Stumbles.
Radke on the keeper.
That first down
across the 35-yard line.
He was actually hit behind the first down marker. Second effort got him that first down.
That's one thing you see where
Whitehart and Cordova on the tackle.
You see Radke takes the first hit and he keeps his legs churning. No matter what, his legs
Mark
don't stop. He takes a hit here,
38
keeps his legs turning, and he just, as he falls forward. Got that big game for the first down.
Ryan Sons, actually number 20 for Hobart, got a
first down for the Panthers.
Couldn't manage to bring him down. 1st and 10 now for Griffith. The give to Justin Newell again.
Newell fights his way out across the 40-yard line.
That time they went to the straight-ahead dive. And once you get the defense looking for those option plays in the backfield, that really starts a lot of the offense off for you because it's looking for a fake. If you do a couple straight-ahead dives, it really makes things up for the defense.
Newell picking up 3 yards on that last play. It'll be 2nd and 7 now. Panthers again with the full house backfield. The switch from the Brickies D. Radke decides to keep it, breaks outside. He's in the open.
Radke on the keeper.
Going to be a race to the end zone. The cutback down to the 15-yard line. Tyler Radke finds an opening, rumbles down to the Hobart 15 before finally being brought down by, I believe that was number 18, saving a touchdown there for the Brickies.
13-yard line, first down.
Aaron Cradaville that time, Joe, saving a touchdown. There's another look at it. Tyler Radke, nice ride there, breaks a tackle, then cuts it across midfield. And then out of the corner, you're going to see number 18 for Hobart come in and make touchdown-saving tackle. Aaron Cradaville, I want to say.
It's a 41-yard run for Radke. So we botched the name a couple times last week, and of course we got the speech, but also we've got Mr. and Mrs. Cradaville sitting right in front of us, so we've got to be careful. Remember that.
Okay.
13-yard line.
Yeah,
I see the hatch with the 18 in the back, so I'm sort of putting 2 and 2 together here.
1st and 10 now for Griffith inside the 15. Radke gives to Newell. Newell fights hard for about 3 or 4 right there.
Newell is showing a textbook fullback. He gets the ball, ducks his shoulders, and just runs straight upfield.
Whitehart on the tackle.
Well, I tell you, look at Justin Newell. I think they have him listed down here at
198,
I want to say. He looks like he's more than that.
Runs square shoulders, body straight ahead, and just keeps those legs turning and runs over whoever gets in front of him.
Hobart up 10-7 now. Griffith threatening. Radke on the keeper down near the 5-yard line. Himself picks up maybe a yard or so. He'll get brought down at about the Hobart 5. We saw that play a lot in the first quarter, Joe. He kind of rides that back and then just follows him through the hole.
That's really one thing that
Rayner and Carlson on the
great
stop.
play
Third
offensively.
down.
You can't tell where the ball's at. But also in the same situation where that's where the ball pops loose once in a while, and all the defenders swarm him, and he's got the ball in the back of the man in front of him trying to decide what he wants to do with it.
Big play right here, 3rd and 2 for Griffith. The give to Justin Newell. And Newell looked like he picked up that first down again, just carrying some of the Hobart guys.
So Newell made the run into the line kept the legs turning, Newell kept the legs turning, and once you get that happening, it's just like a domino effect.
First down
and
and
goal
goal
the ball forward
for the
that
Panthers.
way.
There's another look at it, the give to Newell. And you see him just lower those shoulders and keep the legs pumping. It'll be 1st and goal now for the Panthers, who trail 10-7. A little over 8 minutes to go in the 3rd. Little fumble in the backfield. That's going to be a loss of yards.
Somebody shot right on the offensive line right there. If I can get a look at which Bricky body comes out the bottom of the file.
Back near the 9-yard line.
Got a couple of guys. I believe it'll be one of them, Rick Rayner for Hobart, also 57, which would be Bob Lucas. They just shot under the offensive line and really put a stop on it.
Remember Bob Lucas making that stop. I want to say it was the 4th and 1 for Griffith in that first half. Lucas, of course, coming through making the stop. Going to be 2nd down and 9 now. The give, touchdown. Give right side, Justin Newell takes it in, the workhorse, and Griffith goes up now on the Brickies. Nice to see the Panthers coming out after the half, down 3 points, working that ball down the field and sticking it in the end zone.
That's just the offensive series they want to put together. Both teams are trying to control the ball with their offense. Not so much a defensive game, but they're trying to go out there and put the points on the board rather than keep them with their defense. So that's getting their offense moving like that. That's what they want to do. Mark Amos out there for the extra point.
Justin Newell takes it in for a 9-yard score. And the Panthers go up 13-10. Griffith looking for the extra point now. The kick is
good.
up and good. So the Panthers coming out with a touchdown drive. They lead it 14-10. We'll be right back. Chris Chapetta here alongside Joe Wells. And Pretty impressive for Griffith coming out there. 9 plays, 76 yards, capped off by a 9-yard touchdown run by Justin Newell.
And the thing really about this series, as we're seeing back to old Panther ways, we were told to watch out for the passing game, but that has not developed yet. Just all running game, and a full running game that's come out. They've done the option play, they've done the dive play, they've done power plays, and that's worked for them so far tonight.
I guess Russ Radke feels as long as it's working on the ground, that's a safer way to go, and that's what they've been doing here at Griffith for, the last 5-6 years, and they've been doing it very well.
Hobart crowd getting behind their team, and this is, I say personally, there's a couple of years here at Hobart where it felt like things were sort of flattening out and you weren't seeing all the crowd cheers. Because at one point before they got all the state titles, this place would be a frenzy week in, week out with bland cheers. You couldn't get a spot along the railroad tracks across the way there or in the backyards over here. And it's coming back right now. Nice to see as the team's out here with their own attitude behind them.
Kyle Alexander with the kick. Hobart takes it at their 15. And they'll reach about the 25-yard line. That was number 44, Jason Leonard, the sophomore,
25-yard line,
with the run back there.
Had a hard time getting a handle on it initially, but he tucked the ball away and tried to follow the blockers and plays. As you're not seeing any, either way, you're not going to see any freelance running on the kickoff returns. Usually if you have an all-star stellar player, he gets the ball and he's told, find the hole and go with it. But here you see both teams are trying to set the wedges, they're trying to set the holes, they're trying to follow the blocking walls downfield, and just a real nice execution on the kickoff returns.
Right now, Hobart takes over on its own 27-yard line, 1st and 10. Laba, the give to Otero, and, Cortez is going to pick up that first down. There he is again, Joe. And I'll tell you, Hobart gave that ball to him that whole third quarter. Looked very impressive, and Cortez coming out picking up where he left off.
You watch this play right here. He gets the handoff, cuts back across the grain, follows the hole right out the center in the left side guard. Went across the grain a second time, found the hole and followed the hole. And a nice pickup. That time it'll be, I believe, a 13-yard pickup.
Matt Cortez takes it all the way to the 41-yard line. Big first down for the Brickies. Hobart trailing 14-10. Quick dive right there, but not too much. Griffith wraps it up pretty quickly. I think Hobart gained about a yard.
On the carry up the middle.
That was number 32 on the carry for the Brickies.
Ball out near the
Josh Clark.
line.
We've also seen a little action from him in the first half.
Pick up of about 2, 2nd down.
Usually something like that, you're going to watch Clark here once again. Well, we saw Clark run that play right there where he took the ball in the middle. Usually what happens if you set the series up like they did in the first half, hitting Cortez, hitting Clark, hitting everybody out of the backfield, you're going to see them mix up a lot more in the second half. But right now, Hobart's doing a good job of getting series for each runner.
2nd down and 8. Laba back to pass, looking downfield. He's got a man. Luke Abbott makes the catch. Abbott finally brought down on the Griffith 42-yard line. First down, Brickies.
Stage with the tackle.
Nice job from the pass. Going to be picking up about 15 yards.
42-yard line, first down.
And watch the replay. Laba doing a good job of the rollout. He comes out across his body, has to square up, throw the ball. A nice pattern inside, nice soft touch inside. Abbott gets that nice catch for the first down.
And I'll tell you, that pass was on the money, and we should mention earlier, 2 of Laba's passes in that first half were on the money. Maybe if they were caught, maybe could have added another touchdown. 1st and 10 for the Brickies now to give. Left side. He'll cross to about the 39-yard line. Josh Clark, that time the ball carrier for Hobart.
A little bobble off the center that time, a little uncharacteristic as Laba came out without a good grip on the ball. And Clark had to get the ball almost standing straight up when he got the ball and had to make something work. A nice job getting 5 yards out of it. Could have been a broken play easily.
A little under 6 minutes to go now. Griffith up 14-10 here at the Bricky Bowl. Hobart's home opener under first-year head coach Charlie Boston. Laba gets the snap back to pass. Fires, got a man open. The catch, in and out of the hands that time of Ryan Bood. That's the 3rd time tonight, Joe. Laba has pretty much put that pass on the money, but the receivers just couldn't keep it. That time it was Ryan Bood.
And that one really cost him because he was in for a touchdown. He would have caught the ball about the 8-yard line, had to turn his body back and just couldn't hold the ball with his hands.
Well, I know what Coach Boston's going to be working on this week at practice.
But the pass plays have been there. It's just the fact I think maybe 2 of the 4 big ones we've seen drop were probably 50-50 quarterback receiver fault, but the last couple, receivers should have had them in.
3rd and 5 now for the Brickies. Play action, Laba dropping back, hits Cortez, that time on the dump off. Cortez keeps his feet, manages to squirm across the 35-yard line. It's going to be short of the first down, though.
Cortez was the target out of that screenplay, which one of the textbook plays we see Hobart run year in, year out. And that time just tripped up as a couple of Panthers were able to stay at home and put a stop to it.
Well, I'll tell you, even though Cortez didn't pick up that first down, whenever he gets the football, it's very exciting. He's very low to the ground. He's got very quick feet. Boston deciding to punt this one away. Kevin Kasenik back for the Brickies.
Kasenik
looking for the corner once again. Bounds in the end zone, come back out to the Panthers 20-yard line.
All right, so the Panthers take over at their own 20 right now. They're in the driver's seat, 14-10. We'll be right back with more of the 3rd quarter, our primetime game of the week. Joe Wells right now, both teams taking the walk. We mentioned earlier, very hot, very humid down there tonight.
And this is something that's really the discretion of the referees. And the coaches ask for them occasionally throughout the game. You see there's no coaches in the field. What they do is they call a timeout, let the guys take their helmets off for a minute. Usually guys give them 60 seconds. They have the managers come out with the water bottles. You see there's no coaches in the field at all. So the managers come out with the water bottles, get some water in the guys, and make sure everybody's hydrated. Because if you never noticed the last 5 to 10 years basically, a lot more health conscious with the football playing. Not so much trying tough man stuff, but a lot more trying to be smart about the play and make sure the guys have got frequent water breaks on the field.
All right, so Griffith takes over on their own 20-yard line. 5 minutes to go in the 3rd.
What Hobart has to do here is put a stop to the offensive drive and get the ball back quickly in decent field position.
Radke lines up with 3 backs. Again, there you see the Hobart shift. The quick give to Justin Newell. That's going to be bobbled up. Nice stick right there by the Hobart defensive line. Newell picked up maybe a yard on that play.
Say maybe a yard. That time Hobart made the shift and worked out pretty well. I'd be interested to see what the full result of the shift will be. I'm not sure. I can see they're trying to move and show Griffith a different pattern because the Panthers do call
about a yard on the play. 2nd down and 9.
I know what they wanted. I think what they want to do is they want Griffith to call the play. Hobart will shift and then cause an audible a 2nd time, which just costs a lot of time.
Newell picked up about a yard on that one. That makes it 2nd and 9. Radke to give the 2nd back coming through. He's hit after about a yard, maybe 2. So 2 nice defensive stops for the Brickies there.
The ball out near the 23-yard line.
That time it was Nick Crawford, the ball carrier for the Panthers.
Bobby Lucas getting there on the
mark it at the 23.
Backside.
3rd down and about 7.
Jake Ewing in there as well.
Crucial 3rd and 7 now. Might be a passing situation for the Panthers, and there you see it, Tyler Radke, the quick drop, and this is his receiver over the middle. Radke that time looking for number 85, Mark Amos.
Radke was pile drive as he let the ball go. Getting through the line was big Dennis Schaffner, and Radke had a hard time getting up. He's still down, holding on to his knee.
But I'll tell you, that must have been
right now as well.
That must have been some penetration by the Hobart D line, because Tyler Radke only took what, a 2-step drop, 3-step drop at most. That was a quick dump over the middle of the tight end.
I think the tackle was maybe close to being a late hit. I wasn't watching that part of the play as it happened actually, but as he threw the ball, the defender caught him right in the breadbasket and drove him back to the turf.
Griffith
Snap bad on the ground.
Nearly blocked there, but he gets it away. That ball's going to bounce to about the 46, 47-yard line of the Brickies. But I'll tell you, Griffith dodged another bullet right there. Justin Falk, I don't know how he got that one off.
It'll be 1st down for the Brickies at their own 47-yard line.
The punt, you watch the snap off the ground. He couldn't pick it up. It got trapped in the ground. Then right here, he just gets it underneath the block.
Wow.
So I'm not sure what the, I know you've got to give the kicker a lot of leeway, but I'm not sure what exactly how much you have to give him, because right there it's a good hit in the body. He pretty much counts as a ball carrier once that ball hits the ground.
Well, yeah,
he
that's what I was
picks
going
it
to say.
up.
Once that ball hits the ground, I think it's fair game.
I think he's pretty much like a ball carrier, so as long as he didn't go for the legs, hit the body, he's really in safe land hitting the kicker like that.
1st and 10 for the Brickies. Handoff goes to Cortez. He's met right at the line of scrimmage that time. Griffith, number 44, on the tackle. Chris Spiegel.
As well as Justin Falk, because that time I think Griffith was just happened to be running the stunt that way. They had 3 players going to the hole where the ball was going.
We mentioned Cortez is a pretty decent runner, but when there's nowhere to go, not much you can do that time. Just have to hold on to the football and keep the legs driving. 2nd and 10. Hobart takes it on their 47-yard line. I formation. Laba, the 5-step drop. He's under pressure. He's going to go down in the backfield. The sack that time. Number 71, Craig Covera bringing down Tim Laba.
And Laba that time just got crossed up trying to get out of there.
A loss of
it really cost him a lot of yards.
Going to bring up 3rd down and 17.
And I'll tell you, that was one of those situations, too, where he was kind of rolling right. That play takes a long time to develop. Griffith, a little too much defensive penetration. Nice job by the junior, Craig Covera, that time.
We said before how the offenses were running the ball. Both teams out controlling the pace of the ball game with their offense. Here in the second half, it's been just the opposite. The Hobart defense shut down Griffith. Now the Griffith defense is shutting down Hobart.
3rd and long now for the Brickies. Laba again back to pass. Fires down the field. The catch is made at about the Griffith 45-yard line.
Leonard on the
Jason Leonard, the sophomore, on the reception.
Line.
Still short of the 1st down, though. And the crowd starting to boo there. Was it the spot of the ball there, Joe? I didn't catch that.
The spot of the ball is about a yard and a half back where it should have been. It'd still be shy of the 1st down by about a yard and a half. But I think Hobart lost. You can see where the defensive line for Griffith is lining up. Hobart has lost about a yard and a half on that spot. You can see the Griffith Panther defenders lining up where the original spot was.
And right now you see Hobart trying to call a timeout there. Luke Abbott. Coaches kind of got caught up there arguing about the spotting of the ball.
There's a timeout on the field.
I don't think Hobart really knew what kind of play they were going to run in there, and they didn't want to take a chance there. A crucial down here.
The play clock didn't start rolling yet, so they weren't in danger of losing play clock. But I believe the game clock may have still been rolling. I'm not sure about that.
There's our story so far. Panthers ahead 14-10. 1:39 to go in the 3rd quarter, and once again, Joe, we're in store for another great finish, just like last week with Andre and Hobart.
So right now the officials discussing the spot a little bit, but the referee and the side judge both on the Hobart staff, it's marked correctly. Originally, I think they lost about a yard and a half from the spot, because he was up over the 45-yard line when he caught the ball. And they put it to where he's taken down. Usually it's the farthest forward motion where they stop the motion at. Punt squad out once again for Hobart. 4th down. About 4 to go.
The junior Kevin Kasenik back to kick from his 40-yard line. Kasenik gets a nice snap, nice spiral kick. Griffith takes it at about the 12-yard line. Trying to make something out of nothing there. Decides to cut it up field.
On the
It's
return out
about
near
the 19.
20-yard line.
So Griffith takes over at about the 20. That time, Sean Metzger.
Schafter
didn't have much opportunity to use his
the ball
speed there.
at the Griffith 20-yard line.
1st and 10 now for the Panthers on their 20-yard line. So far tonight, it's been a back and forth type of game here. You like to see that, especially for both teams after losing in week 1.
It's been back and forth in more than one way because, as I said, the offense have taken turns running the ball game. The defenses have taken turns running the ball game. So both these teams really squaring off and just sparring back and forth for the first 3 quarters of this ball game.
All right, Tyler Radke back in at quarterback for the Panthers. To give to Justin Newell. He's going to pick up about 5 yards.
Newell on the carry out across the 25
nice
up
fake
near
there
the
by
27-yard line.
You saw one of the Hobart defenders going to him.
Line.
And that's just on the wishbone. That's as it should be anyway. No matter what, whoever fakes the ball should be getting hit by somebody.
On the play.
See Radke makes a handoff, fakes around the corner, then takes a hit defensively everybody in that backfield should have a defender assigned to them, and they should be getting hit every play of the series.
2nd down and 2 now. Newell a pickup of 8. Panthers again going with 3 backs. Radke to give to Newell again. He'll bust up for the 1st down and more. Finally taken down near
Newell again on the carry.
37-yard line.
Again on the tackle. Out across the 35. Good enough for a
It'll be a first down for the Panthers. As the clock is under 50 seconds now in this 3rd quarter. 14-10 Griffith lead.
Panthers trying to keep the ball rolling down the field.
And we thought they would pass a little more tonight, Joe. Only 1 time so far.
That was incomplete.
There it is, the give to the slot back. He'll cut it upfield for a pickup of about 8-9 yards. Nick Crawford, we've seen Griffith run that play about 3 or 4 times tonight.
Otero on the tackle.
Sort of a quick reverse. The man on the backside of the play comes across, gets a handoff while he's in motion.
Going to bring up 2nd down and 1.
If you find the right gap and the blocking sets up right, it just opens up an almost automatic 7 or 8 yard gain.
Looks like one of the Hobart players maybe twisted an ankle or maybe a cramp. You can't tell from this distance. They're working on Benny Otero down there, I believe. Far a pretty good ball game tonight, Joe. 1 more quarter to go. We'll see who can pick it up and come out on top here. Both teams, as we mentioned, uncharacteristically looking for that 1st win of the year.
And the thing is, right now, Hobart has got to come out here and perform on defense, because if Griffith can take the ball down and score, it becomes a 2-score ball game for the Bricks. You see, she's pushing him back on his toe, ice in the calf. That has a cramp in the calf right there for Otero.
That hurts more than it looks.
46-yard line.
And of course, Benny Otero doing a lot of running, a receiver and a defensive back.
So usually we were talking during the break, and the weather like this, you got to be drinking water all day long before the game. By the time it comes game time, it's almost too late to be putting that water in your system.
2nd and 1 now for Griffith. They take over on their own 46. Radke the give. He's going to be bottled up. It's going to be close to a 1st down, but I think the momentum moved back. Nick Crawford that time, the ball carrier, but he met a wall of Brickies that time.
And that time, too, Crawford almost lost the ball. He had the ball down near his midsection, and the 2nd man through made a swipe at the ball.
Well, I'll tell you, looking at the Griffith schedule here, they really have it tough. Elkhart Central on the road, of course, Hobart tonight. Then they've got Andrean and Lake Central next 2 weeks. So they need a win here tonight. 3rd and 1. Radke gives to Justin Newell. That'll be good enough for a 1st down as Newell rumbles near the 50-yard line. And you mentioned it, Joe. Right now, Griffith just wants to take a lot of time off that clock with a 4-point lead and hopefully punch it in there.
At the 50-yard line, 1st down.
Because right now, the situation we're in, if Hobart gets the score, gets the ball back, Hobart stops Griffith, puts a score in, they lead by 3. The Panthers can tie it up or win it with the score. If the Panthers put the ball in this series, Hobart has to score twice in what would be less than probably about 8 minutes on the clock. Very tough feat to accomplish.
1st and 10 on the 50. Radke to give to Newell. Newell breaks free and rumbles down to the Hobart 40-yard line before finally being brought down by Luke Abbott and Dave Kowalison that time for Hobart.
41-yard line.
Kowalison, of course, taking the place of Benny Otero, who's out with the cramps. There's another look again. You can't arm tackle this guy. The north-south runner, Justin Newell, goes about 200 pounds and runs low to the ground.
And that time, too, the Griffith offense worked perfectly as it turned into a one-on-one situation. There was no one around to double and triple team Newell. Everybody's watching the fake runs.
2nd down, a yard to go now for the Panthers. Radke this time keeps it after the fake to Newell. Radke finds some daylight here.
Radke on the keeper inside.
Manages to get down all the way inside the Hobart 15-yard line. Tyler Radke, a big pickup for Griffith. Right now looking to extend that 14-10 lead.
1st down.
We'll have to replay. He got to that first hole and just really kept his head up and chopped his way through the different holes, because this is just using his own dexterity, his own speed to follow the hole that's opened up down the field, because once he got to that initial line, it was all the coverage was spread out. He just followed the gaps in the coverage.
Benny Otero, the one to finally bring Radke down on the Hobart 15-yard line. Griffith now going with the single back. They send a man in motion, and flags are going to be thrown.
Flags on the play.
Couldn't tell if that was an illegal motion or not, Joe.
Procedural call against the Panthers. They've had a couple of these tonight. Going to watch it right down the front line, I believe.
Oh, there it is.
On the end.
It was number 85 for Griffith. Mark Amos that time just got a little too excited.
Official timeout. They're going to set up some equipment on the field.
It'll march Griffith back 5 yards. It'll be a 1st and 15 now. Very crucial series here for the Brickies, Joe. Still a lot of game left. No, not time to panic, but you want to keep that to within a touchdown distance.
Time to execute and take the ball away is what they have to do.
Right.
As far as the Bricky defense is concerned on Griffith, they can keep control of the ball, that's one thing, but they want to put the ball in the end zone and get those insurance points on the board. Radke's able to move that ball down, as he's shown a couple times so far tonight.
1st and 15 now for the Bricks to give to Newell.
Newell on the carry.
Newell picks up a few
off the
before
right
being
side,
brought down
near
on the
the
right side. He'll be taken down to about
line.
the 16-yard line.
Charlie Flick on the tackle.
Well, I'll tell you, Newell.
Mark it at the 16-yard
I'll tell you, Russ
line.
Radke not scared to give that kid the ball 20, 25 plus times a game.
With his style, a lot of
Second
times you see
down
the pure running backs, when they're out there putting the speed and all the moves on and so forth, that's when they come out and those guys get tired, those guys run down out of gas. Newell's just a power back. He gets the ball, he's got a good solid speed, he puts the shoulders down and pounds through, and that's more of just a workhorse attitude. He can run the ball on the line 30 times a night.
Radke another gave to Newell right side.
Fights his way inside the 15.
Newell rumbles his way inside the Hobart 15-yard line. Clock now at 8:39 and counting in this fourth quarter. Griffith trying to hold on to a 14-10 lead. We've got a penalty called on, I believe, Hobart maybe, Joe. Can't tell.
The personal foul against Hobart. I didn't exactly see what the action was. You see in the truck? I was looking down and moving the stats, and a personal foul against Hobart. Move him halfway to the line of scrimmage, or halfway to the goal line, make it 1st down.
Tough break for the Brickies right there, as you see Charlie Boston looking on.
Personal foul on the Brickies, moves the ball down near the 5-yard line.
Right now, Griffith a good shot to punch it in here. 14-10, Panther lead right now. Refs are going to talk it over now. You can see here the fans starting to get into it now. On their feet on both sides.
Up to the Hobart 5-yard line, the officials discussing quite a few things with the coaching staffs on both sides.
Here we go.
Hobart staff still trying to get an explanation on what the foul is exactly on for the personal foul.
Radke takes over the full house backfield to give to Justin Newell.
Newell on the carry.
Newell bottled up, maybe picked up a
inside
yard
the
or so
5-yard
inside
line,
the
near
5.
the 5-yard line.
This where Hobart just has to tighten the line up.
Rick
Put a
Rayner
stop
on
to
that
Newell in
hit.
the middle, because you cannot afford to give up a 3 to 4 yard run here, because that's a touchdown, that's a score. That puts you 2 scores away from winning this ball
Just
game.
inside the 5, brings up 4th down and about 2.
4th down now for Griffith. The Bricky crowd on their feet. Radke goes off the right side there. I don't know if he gave it to Newell or not.
It disappeared in the body. The Panthers said they have it. The referee ran downfield to mark the ball. They should have a 1st down.
Panther players are signaling they have a 1st down.
Give that carry to Newell.
Wait and see what the mark is here.
First down.
1st down for Griffith.
You see the replay there is a personal foul at the very end of the play. We're trying to look and see what got the personal foul.
First down and goal. The ball just inside the Hobart 3-yard line.
Took a chance there, went forward on 4th down rather than kicking the field goal. The field goal, of course, puts him up only 7. I think Radke wants to put this game out of reach, so to speak, right now.
Panthers down to the Hobart 3-yard line.
Radke left side, he's going to keep it. Great fake,
Radke
and Radke goes to the end zone untouched for the score. And I'll tell you, Joe, everybody that time was on the dive back, and we could have ran that one in. Tyler Radke strolling in from 3 yards out.
Just a missed assignment somewhere amongst the Hobart defense, because anytime with this option on offense, we said there should be a man assigned to every possible back in the backfield to put the hit on, and no one was on Radke that time.
Tyler Radke takes it in from 3 yards out, and Griffith goes up now by 10.
Mark Amos in to attempt
as they await the extra point. 7:19 to go. There you see Don Howell looking on. He's still not in his seat upstairs, Joe. You know he's going to be down there, right?
So you're staying away from the team, though. That's a bit where you don't want to make the confusion with Coach Boston, so just down the sideline, but sort of staying involved with the team.
Mark Amos' extra point is good, so the Brickies go up 21-10 with a little over 7 minutes to play. Tyler Radke again taking that one in after the fake. We'll take a break right now. We'll be back with the remainder of the game, our part-time game of the week.
For the Panthers.
Tonight, a 30-yard field goal. The ball into the Panther territory and taking 3 points, so they know they can do that if they have to.
Mark Amos
what they have to do is they have to
back to receive for
they got to do it quickly. They cannot afford a 14-play drive at this point. They need some big plays to bring the ball down the field quickly.
Otero, Leonard, and Abbott back for Hobart, as Amos is all set to kick for the Panthers. Griffith right now just going to try and hold on to the 21-10 lead as we approach 7 minutes in the 4th. Amos's kick is up. Luke Abbott takes it at about the 10-yard line. Abbott heads upfield.
Abbott on the return out across the 25-yard line, out near the 28-yard line. Metzger on the tackle.
I believe that was Chris Spiegel, and Metzger also on the tackle for Griffith.
Nice quick coverage for Griffith. They got down the field. What happens, they get down the field, they want to stay in their lanes. All the defenders want to run straight until they get to where the ball is, and they collapse in. And that time, Spiegel did a good job of running down quickly to the outside. Then he closed in from the outside corner to make sure he couldn't get around the outside.
I have a feeling we're going to see a little more of Tim Laba's arm on this series, Joe.
They've got to make him stick. That's the thing. They've got to make him count on the passing plays.
He has looked very good tonight. His throws have been on the money, but unfortunately some have not been able to hold on. Laba back to throw. Looking deep downfield for Otero. There was some contact. The flags are thrown. Otero was working on Nick Crawford that time.
A lot of contact. Crawford posted off initially, then got a hold of the jersey and went by. So Otero did a good job of putting the speed on and crossing Crawford up a couple of times.
Really nice to see Hobart just sort of letting it loose on that first down, Joe.
And the thing is, too, the plays are running are tangible plays. That time, Crawford did a nice job running out a nice little flag pattern, got out in the open, cut the angle, and on target without the interference. That would have been a nice reception. They're not just doing a bunch of Hail Mary throws and stuff like that. They are throwing a lot of tangible pass plays.
Moves the ball up to the 43-yard line.
Brings the ball up to the 43-yard line. 1st and 10 for Hobart. Pretty good start here to that drive. 7:07 to go now in the ball game. Brickies home opener, looking for their first win of the year, as are the Panthers. Flags are thrown. Laba back to pass, finds a man on the right side. It lowers his shoulders.
Caught by Clark
near the 50-yard
into
line.
Griffith territory.
Josh
there
Clark
is a
that
flag
time,
on the play.
The receiver for the Brickies, but flags were thrown
Gives
before
the
that play was even started.
There'll be a procedural call against Hobart. Motion against Hobart.
Motion penalty.
So Hobart
on
answers the
Brickies.
Griffith penalty with a penalty of their own now. Pretty nice crowd out timeout here for a Hobart home opener. We're going to march that one back to about the
Henley moves the ball back
line.
5 yards. To the
5 yards, I think
line.
possibly one of the backs moved quickly
Yeah.
out of the setup.
15.
Either way, it'll be 1st and 15 now for Hobart. Lava off play action, looking downfield, under some pressure now, rolling right. And Lava, rather than throw it out of bounds, decides to take it himself. Didn't have a man downfield, under a lot of pressure in that backfield. And right now, Joe Griffith knows that Hobart needs to come out throwing the football. And I think they're going to take their chances and send some guys. Again, I mentioned they feel very confident with the speed of their defensive secondary.
The secondary is doing a good job of covering them. When the times Hobart gets open is when they try to overload certain areas, and also doing some timing patterns. They throw the ball, the player might be covered, but the way they throw it in the area they throw it to, the player, the intended receiver, can get open for just a split second on most timing plays.
Labo again back to pass, fires over the middle, has a receiver, but as we've seen all night long, unable to hold on. That's Jason Leonard. And once again, Laba delivered the pass, but Leonard just unable to hang on to that one.
There's opportunities Hobart cannot afford to give up. It's probably, I think, the 4th pass tonight, the 3rd or 4th pass you've seen, which should have been pulled down.
I mean, the good news is that the play is open and it's there, but they're still not getting the job done. They're still not getting the job done right now.
3rd down. 18 to go for Hobart.
I think another passing situation. Maybe a draw, but I don't think so, Joe. 3rd and 18. Hobart trying to work some magic now. Laba rolls left side, fires downfield for Luke Abbott. It's going to be tipped and intercepted. The Griffith Panthers are going to take over near the 50-yard line. Laba looking that time for Luke Abbott.
Pass intended for Abbott.
And that one's going to be picked off. There's another look at it, Joe.
Over the hands of Abbott. Abbott just barely got a finger on it. And that's what made this pass really possible for Metzger to pull down. You see, put the tip in the air, stop the pass, and Metzger just had it drop right into his hands to take it back.
Trying to get a number there on that interception. Couldn't quite tell who it was, Joe.
That'd be Metzger pulling the ball to number 22.
Metzger?
Sean Metzger, the senior defensive back.
Now Griffith going to want to take some time off that clock. 6:38. They lead it 21-10. You can expect them to pretty much keep that ball on the ground. Racky that time on the keeper right side. Picks up about 2 or 3. And now the time where really the Hobart defense has to make something happen, Joe. Unfortunately, it's come to that.
47-yard line.
We're getting now to the point where it's 6:15 left to play. The Panthers can let the play clock roll down every play here. And what will happen is Hobart basically needs to get a turnover and score on that turnover very quickly because they're still 2 scores down, and the clock is really against them at this point.
You notice Griffith taking a little more time now between plays. 2nd down and 6. Again, they give to Justin Newell, Tyler Radke. Kept it that time. He'll be wrapped up near the 50.
Midfield strike.
Maybe Tyler Radke looking a little bit like Shane Radke. You don't know who has got the football sometimes. But you can bet Griffith is going to keep that ball on the ground. Clock down to 5:28 and counting now.
Saying 5:28 left. This is really getting the point. They've got to hurry things up for Hobart. They've got to get the ball back in a play or two. They've got to stop this 3rd down attempt, then take the 4th down conversion, whether it be a punt or an attempted play.
Radke to give to the slot back. He's got an opening. He's going to rumble down for a 1st down and more. That was Sean Metzger that time.
Several flags fly at the end.
The ball at the Hobart 30.
Metzger that time using his speed rumbles all the way down to the Hobart 30-yard line, but a face mask going to be called on the Brickies. Hard to see from this angle, Joe, but
so just the way he whipped down there, I thought it might be possibly even had the jersey up there, but in high school, that's a big penalty no matter what. There is no, there's the unintentional face mask and then the flagrant face mask at the college and pro levels. In high school, a face mask is 15 yards no matter what.
15-yard line.
Well, the penalty will move it all the way down to the Hobart 15-yard line, and right now Griffith trying to put the nail in the coffin. They lead it 21-10. Panthers losing 52-14 to Elkhart Central last week. And some more flags are thrown. Don't know if it was an offensive line or defensive. The shifting sometimes is hard to tell.
At first it was a procedural call against Griffith, then one of the Panthers, I think, hit one of the bricks that they stepped off the line after all the flags had flown. Should be a pair of penalties against the Panthers.
Illegal procedure. Dead ball, personal foul.
Illegal procedure against the Panthers.
And a dead ball, personal foul.
Seeing quite a bit of penalties now as this game draws to a close. There you see some of the water there for some of the guys. Like I said, Joe, just got a little darker. It's still very hot out here. It'll move Griffith back to the 35-yard line.
Ball moved back to the 35-yard line. First down and 30.
Yeah. First and about 30, huh, Joe?
From the personal foul and the procedure foul added together.
Coach Boston arguing with one of the refs out there. And Hobart does the shift. Tyler Radke pulls it out from Justin Newell. He'll keep it himself on the right side. Radke going to spin all the way down to the 22,
on the
and
keeper.
Another flag thrown on the play.
Another flag on the play. Dustin Weber on the tackle. Radke down near the 22-yard line.
Joe again.
So it was in the stack of bodies on the tackle. Loose hands on the offense.
Yeah.
Somebody helping carry the receiver along, or carry the ball carrier along, I believe.
So a nice pickup for Griffith, but it's not going to count. And the Panthers move back to about the 34-yard line. Let's try it again.
Penalty on Griffith.
21-10 right now. Griffith on top as we approach 4 minutes now. Panthers just trying to finish strong here, maybe put this game out of reach with one more score. Radke to give to Justin Newell.
Newell on the carry.
Newell picks up a couple.
Give him a yard on the play, down to the 33-yard line.
Make the Panthers second down, about 29 to go.
Second down.
But right now the game isn't them making the first down. The game is them sitting there until the play clock gets to 1 second. Because the game clock is down to 3:30. With a 2-score lead, the Panthers want to let this ball game run down at this point.
Just want to hold on to that football, protect it. Second down and 28. Tyler Radke to give to Crawford. Crawford met hard that time.
On the carry.
That was number 87 for the Brickies. On the hit, Lars Carlson.
Carlson and Weber.
Big guy right there. Lars 6'2", 215. But really, he plays a lot heavier. I believe his muscle and his speed combined really add a lot to his hits.
All right, we're going to take a break right now. Griffith on top, 21-10, and we'll be back with the remainder of the fourth quarter. 1-10, a little over 3 minutes to go. Chris Chiapetta here alongside Joe Wells, and well, I'll tell you, Joe, you see 10 points up there for the Brickies, but they could have put up a lot more than just 10 tonight.
We've seen the first series when they lost, they didn't get the score in. As one thing that cost them very big at the start of the game. Plus, since then, probably 3 or 4 occasions where there should have been some quad balls. I believe 2 of those could have been touchdowns on that pass alone. We saw one down here to our left where Hobart threw right down to the 5-yard line on the run. One in the end zone over on this side, and it just really 2 missed opportunities where they should have had scores off of passing plays. They're going to put those receivers in some catching drills this week, I believe.
Another positive, but I know Coach Boston, gets sick of hearing, well, we had a chance. He wants to be able to get it done.
No such thing as a chance like that.
Yeah, not here, especially
not here.
You
got to put the wins in.
Tyler Radke loses it. He'll pick it back up and put his head down, pick up maybe about 2 yards.
Radke brought down by
don't
a
want
host
to
of
happen.
Brickies
Another
tacklers.
Mess up there on the snap. Never really did get his hands on the
Going to bring
football.
up a 4th down.
That's going to bring up 4th down
The
and
ball
long.
at the 31-yard line. 26 yards to go for the 1st down.
4th down and 26. The Panthers bring out the punt squad to put the ball down deep in the Hobart territory.
Falk in punt formation.
Griffith all set to punt now. Justin Falk is going to boot that one into the end zone. So Hobart will
touchback.
take over at their own 20-yard line. 2:16 remaining tonight. Our primetime game of the week. Both these teams looking for their first victory of the year.
At their own 20-yard line.
And right now, barring unforeseen miracles, looks like Griffith's going to bounce back from that 52-14 loss a week ago against Elkhart Central, a 5A power who has yet to win a sectional because they're in the same sectional as Penn, which says a lot.
That says a lot right there. The alignments really hurt some teams. But right here, Hobart's going to be putting the ball in the air again, we can assume, because we've seen the thing about it, the passing game has been there for the Bricks. I know they want to hear this again, but the passing game has been there.
Right.
Lava's landed the ball on target, I'd say 98% of the time tonight. It's just the fact the receivers haven't been able to pull the ball down on more than one occasion.
And it's going to get better. There you see Russ Radke coming out of the field.
Timeout on the field.
Timeout on the field. Radke a little angry with his
Timeout
players.
Griffith.
One of the more emotional coaches in the area, I think you could say. He looks just like that at practice. All right, well, we're going to take a break right now. 2:16 to go. Griffith on top, 21-10. We'll be back with the final couple minutes here in our primetime game of the week. Pass out to number 87, Lars Carlson from Tim Laba.
I say our first nice-looking pass play for Hobart in a long time, and we're in commercial trying to hurry up and get the end of our game responsibilities taken care of. But the pickup will be about a 12-yard pickup.
Joe Wells getting a little dig in there.
What did I say?
That's okay.
First down.
You just have to be in commercial for the first reception so far in a long time.
Don't mind me. We've actually got one man in our truck tonight. We're one man short.
That's where we're riding. Brian Gerstenberger extra hard because he's doing the job of about 3 guys by himself. So
he's usually not our usual director. Our director is actually out pulling Jerry Moeller out on the cameras there. Mike Pytrak has been on the field with the camera. And on top, of course, Chris Benka.
Encroachment on the
we forgot to mention that before. Brian Gerstenberger, our director, because Undergrass Replay, Brian Gerstenberger. Produced by Brian, sorry.
Put your name in there again, Brian. Cameras, Chris Benka, and Mike Pytrak down low. Pytrak looked a little sweaty down there at halftime. You better take it easy after this one, Mike. Special thanks, of course, to Hobart High School. Always a great place to come here, the Bricky Bowl, opening night. Laba back to pass, finds a man out of the backfield.
Clark on the reception, out of bounds.
Nice catch that time, running on the move, be Josh Clark. This is what Hobart had to do in the first half when they had a couple incompletes, because right now they just picked up 30 yards on a couple of pass plays.
That's a good-looking play, too. Joe Laba, of course, going left.
At the 47.
Hits Clark out of the backfield, and another first down. And again, we mentioned the plays have been there for the Brickies, but the points have not been there as a result, which in the end is really what makes the difference. 1st and 10 now as we approach the 2-minute mark. Laba back to pass, looking for Carlson cutting across the
Pass
field.
intended for Carlson, incomplete.
A little out of his reach. That'll be
Gives the
incomplete.
coverage to
Second
Falk.
and 10 now for the Brickies.
So that's put at Carlson's maximum reach. He's trying to outstretch Falk at that time, because Falk is right on him man-to-man. And when you have a good coverage like that, you're throwing to a spot and hoping your receiver gets there before the defender does.
Lars Carlson, a junior tight end, 6'2", 215 pounds. He's a
See him
big
again
target
next
out
year.
there. Yeah,
That's
big target.
he'll be a nice prospect at that tight end spot if he develops well and has a good season this year. He'll be a real man to watch for next season. So we mentioned our shake-up in our lineup. We didn't mention that all game long, but the Cal Ripken of high school football is not here tonight. Jerry Moeller, the 19-year veteran of the sidelines, had a family gathering this week he'd rather go to on Friday, on this Friday.
I can't believe it, Jerry. There we go. The pass complete to Lars Carlson cutting across. He'll be taken down near the Griffith 46-yard line.
But Gary Moeller in the UP this week
45-yard line.
has taken with a family get-together.
Brings up third down.
I did notice that
and 2.
Mike Pytrak did get a lot more cheerleaders for that comeback in the third quarter than Jerry does. Jerry gets about 2 or 3. Pytrak had about 15.
Laba's pass intended for Otero. Radke on the coverage.
But Jerry has missed 2 games in 19 years, so
Something like
I believe this is a 13-year streak broken tonight. So our Moeller Vision on the sideline will be back with us next weekend.
Speaking of next weekend, we're going to be in the Duneland Conference, Joe. I know you like always going into the DAC.
As always.
We got a good one for you. Crown Point will host Maryville. That's a nice rivalry there. You see it? The Pirates taking on the Bulldogs next week for our prime time game of the week, Friday night. The slant pattern over the middle. Benny Otero that time, the complete pass. Otero takes it into about the 34-yard line.
34-yard line.
Otero this time slow getting up there.
Metzger and Radke on the tackle. Officials timeout.
Otero suffered some cramps in his calf muscle earlier in the game.
Reaching down towards his leg right now.
But I don't know if this is a cramp.
Believe so. He's trying to keep his leg very stiff while he's there. That's what they're doing, trying to work a cramp out right now.
And you said it too, Joe. Once it happens, I mean, you have to give it at least a day, you know, for you to go back out there and exert some force.
It'll be his right leg right here, and basically the heavy muscle strain.
Yeah.
You see him hopping on the leg right there. And the thing is, what it causes a lot of that is just your muscles don't get the right hydration, the right blood flow throughout the game. So they are up there, and the SAC good rating system that use a lot of variables that really set the teams apart.
Portage, of course, a 40-0 winner over EC Central in week 1. All right, we'll get back to some action here. Laba back to pass again, looking for Luke Abbott, but Nick Crawford gets a hand in there, tips it away.
Intended for
incomplete.
Abbott, incomplete.
Crawford played that position perfectly. He stayed right on the tail of his man to cover of Abbott right there, and he had the angle on the ball, stepped between the receiver and the ball, knocked it away. That could have been a pickoff, just a step difference.
Second down.
No substitute for speed. Griffith definitely has a lot of that in that secondary. You mentioned a lot of the football players do run track for Coach Russ Radke. Second down and 10 now for the Brickies as we are at the 116 mark. Laba rolling left, back to pass. Flags are thrown. Laba throws it up, looking for Abbott again. Great catch down by the 10-yard line. Let's see what those flags are going to go on, though.
Where the flag came from is probably a holding from the referee position right in the middle of the line.
Well, I'll tell you, Abbott was working against 3 Griffith defenders. He somehow came down with this football. Laba sort of threw that one up for grabs.
A little jump ball action.
Yeah. Look at that.
Pytrak's putting in for that Moeller spot on the sideline now.
Oh, he's having a tough night down there. We see you, Pytrak. He'll be back in the cushy job next week in the truck, right?
Brings the ball back to the 39-yard line. Still second down.
I think Brian likes that very much. He doesn't like playing the octopus position tonight, running graphics, replay, and director all at the same time.
Here goes Pytrak now. He's gonna try to get us now. Oh.
No, he's not going to shoot at us.
I'm sorry. I thought he was coming our way. That's not us.
Clock's down at 1:07 here in the final quarter. Hobart is trying to make something grind out here at the end.
Second down and 15. Laba intercepted by Nick Crawford. Crawford has some room. Remember, he is one of the quicker guys here on the team, but he's going to be run down by one of the linemen there. Nick Crawford sort of icing the victory there for Griffith with the interception.
At about the 36-yard line.
Crawford finally chased down. One of the Hobart linemen got out in front of him and sort of cut the angle off and kept him from going through. And that really sort of puts the ice on the cake tonight for the Panthers, because all I have to do now is put the ball on the plate 2 times and let the clock roll down.
That time Laba looking for the sophomore Jason Leonard. Crawford playing that almost perfectly.
And that's the advantage right now the Panthers have on defense, because they know pretty much going to be a pass play every series. So they can sit back, they wait for the pass coverage, and they held their lanes, and they can pretty much look for the pass and look for interception opportunities. So they took the running game out of their coverage sometimes.
All right, Griffith just going to try to sit on this one now, take some time off that clock. Tyler Radke kneels. Here's a point where you just don't want to run some plays. You want to avoid some injuries.
Radke took a knee.
Still a long season left. You mentioned the Panthers, a big game next week at home against Andrean.
I believe right now Hobart may have no timeouts left, as they had to use a few early on in the half.
Should mention our guest next week on our TCI, excuse me.
You did it first.
Our AT&T Extra. Man, I thought you were going to do that, Joe.
You did it first. Make it almost a whole 2 games without messing up the callers this time.
Our guest on Monday's AT&T Extra will be Russ Radke, Griffith head football coach. As the Panthers now take off the helmets and celebrate their first victory of the season. The clock winding down, 2-1, and that's going to be it. So the Griffith Panthers,
Griffith 41,
a 21-10 victory over Hobart, spoiling Coach Charlie Boston's home opener here at the Brickies Bowl. But Joe, again, I know, Hobart fans are sick of us saying this, but they look pretty good out there tonight, and they can take a lot of positives away from this.
They sure can. Both teams really, offensively, we saw the Panthers run their textbook, wishbone, misdirection offense, and all the options and fakes against Hobart, and really made their way that way down the field to put their scores in. Hobart showed a lot of movement on the ground. They showed a good running series. They showed a couple 13-play drives out there. They also showed some passing options, and really, except for maybe the timing of about 4 to 5 drop balls, if they could have landed 2 of those plays in, this would have been a lot different story throughout the ball game, a lot closer at least at the end.
I'll tell you, only 1 touchdown in that second half. It was 10-7 at the break. Hobart had the lead, but Griffith came out on their first possession in the third quarter. First offensive possession, Tyler Radke taking it in from 3 yards out, and that was all the scoring for the second half, and there's your final. Griffith 21, Hobart 10. That's going to wrap it up for us from the Brickies Bowl. Joe Wells, I'm Chris Cepeda. Have a good one, and don't forget next week our DAC game, Maryville taking on Crown